We're going to spend just a couple minutes. We want to talk about just review the last little bit of legacy, Dental Legacy Foundation, then we're going to wrap this thing up. So I'm going to turn the time over to Ryan to discuss a couple things, and then he'll turn it back over to me for a few minutes. Ryan.
Awesome. Thank you. Jim, can you throw up the DLF one really quick? We know it's late. We're going to run through this pretty quick tonight. But I will start off with just really quick, the best advice I ever got in my life. That's kind of how this whole process started with me becoming a part of EA, DLF. But the advice I got was over 31 years ago, and was a family friend and mentor who just happened to be my dentist. And he gave me the best advice I ever got in my life. So you might want to write this down, jot this down, because it was super, super valuable. I was 21 years old at the time, and he's like, Ryan, it's time for you to start looking for a wife. And so he's like, here's my advice to you. He's like, you got to marry somebody that's better than you. You got to marry someone who's smarter than you, who works harder than you, who's more spiritual than you, and in your case, better looking. So I said I knew the exact girl he was talking about. So married Analia, and that's been the best advice I ever received. It worked so well for me in my marriage that I took the same advice when choosing business partners. So Dan and Jared, they are better men than me. They are more educated than me, more spiritual than me, and they are better looking than me. So this advice was fantastic and has served me well. So in addition to Jared, we got Lindsay and Marin who kind of round out the team, and so grateful for these wonderful women and all that they do and the blessing they are in my life. So let me introduce you to another cool partner of ours. This is Father Justin. He is from Africa. He is the director of the hospital in Itigi, Tanzania. If you would have told me that one of my very best friends in the world would be an African Catholic priest years ago, I wouldn't have believed that. But he is one of my very closest friends. We love him, love our association with Justin and his hospital, and are so grateful to be doing some work over there. So I just kind of want to highlight a little bit about the work we're doing over in Africa, give you an opportunity to see kind of what we're working on, some of the cool things that are going on over there, how you can possibly get involved in future trips and stuff like that. So along with Father Justin, we inherited a whole tribe of amazing like-minded missionaries that do some really cool things over in Africa, from running orphanages, vocational schools, to hospitals, to all sorts of water projects and endeavors. They believe in going to where the cry of the blood is, which means for them that they like to go where people are suffering and provide relief. So they are in a very remote part of Africa and have done some amazing, amazing things over there, from HIV clinics for orphans to vocational schools for kids to get education and provide work for their families. And it's just such an amazing organization that we're partnered with over there, and we're so blessed to have them as our colleagues. We've been able to bring on board members onto the DLF that have been so influential and crucial. Jared Galovich, some of you know him. Just a shout out for everything he's done over there for DLF. The Calls, Robin and Steve Call, just amazing people. And our amazing volunteers. We have some here today. The Colorado group came over in November. We're so grateful for these guys. Buck and Becky have been over and helped us over there, which we appreciate so much. We'd love to have all of you guys come over and participate in these events over there. Here's just a quick little video of our first trip over there. You want to go ahead and play that, Jim? kind of get a quick peek of what's available there. The people are absolutely fantastic. The clinics are cool, and it's a fun place to get to go. So what have we done so far together? These amazing volunteers and the missionaries and the Dental Legacy Foundation. So we established one dental clinic in a hospital in Itigi with 2 brand new dental chairs, has a 3rd old chair in there. So it's probably one of the most state-of-the-art dental clinics in the entire country. So there is one dentist for every 700,000 people in Tanzania. So dentists are a pretty rare breed over there, and pretty hard to come by, and pretty hard to have one when you need one. So we were fortunate to, again, be able to establish a clinic here in the teaching hospital in Itigi. This is the November crew that came over, so great time there. We also have a little clinic, a remote clinic in a small village called Malongwe, which is about another 2 hours away from the hospital in Itigi. So it's a very small village, which is kind of fun because you really get to have the African experience there in Malongwe when you go over and work in that clinic. It's a small little dispensary, serves a big, broad area, and the people are just fantastic. They have just a little clinic over there. We've been able to partner with the Italian Dental Society, so they go over 1 or 2 times a year and also work in the clinics that we have over there, which has been fun to collaborate with them a little bit. And Dr. Mark Costas and his group, Smiles Outreach International, did their first trip over there with us in January last year. His group's going over again. We're taking them over the end of April this year, April, first week of May this year. So super, again, grateful for Mark, his collaboration and support, and the partnership we have with him and SOI there. So far, we've done 5 trips with DLF, and we have 2 planned this year. So again, April, we're going back. We're going back in October. So if you're interested in doing any of those dates, just let us know. We've attended more than 2,000 patients since we started, performed over 4,000 procedures, and educated more than 9,000 kids. So this last group, November's group, got to see like a bunch of schools, provided fluoride for a lot of the kids, toys, gifts. It was fantastic. So really appreciate all the effort that they did there. We've been able to establish one of the only dental labs in Tanzania. So John Treasure, our local lab guy, was able to put together a list of donated items that he needed to establish a dental lab over there. Henry Shine and some other donations came in so that we could start the process of having a dental lab over there, to start with some flippers and some of the basic stuff. And hopefully we'll continue to be able to grow that part of the practice. We hired a full-time dentist, Dr. Joseph. So through the foundation, we've been able to help supplement Dr. Joseph's salary so that he can work in Itigi. Itigi is it's kind of a remote place. You kind of have to have a bit of a missionary spirit to want to work there, which Dr. Joseph does. And with the help of the foundation, they're able to supplement his salary so that we are able to have a full-time dentist there. Part of our mission was not just to go and then never come back, but to go and establish something that was evergreen so that patients could continue to get dental care even when we're not there. And it's been a fantastic relationship. Dr. Joseph messages the group constantly. Randy's been great to be in contact with him and send information back. We appreciate that. But we get the ability to mentor and kind of guide him as well as do the work there. So speaking of Randy, so we just wanted to touch on this a little bit. We had the blessing of having Randy there this November, and it was like watching Superman. I still remember the morning when he left for a couple major surgeries that he was doing. You'll see here a couple of people had some very large tumors on their faces, and Randy was able to go and provide some much needed care for these people. And I just remember the morning him leaving for the surgeries. It was like watching like Superman put on his cape and started walking. His kids gave him some space, like about 20 feet behind him. And he was just, stoic and on his way to the clinic to change these people's lives. So it was pretty spectacular to watch. And so this is Aiden. Aiden, again, had a big tumor on his face. And Maria was another one that had a very similar on the opposite side. And so if you can play this, Aiden and Maria sent Randy a little message, so we'd like to share that with him. So.
Mimi ni Maria Kone. Naishi Singida kijijini. Mimi ni Mnyaturu. Alafu homa iliyokuwa ninaye ilikuwa nimevimbwa kwenye shingo. Hata baada ya hapo kupata ule uvimbe, basi huyu daktari akasema ngoja nichukue na vipimo, baadaye nikawatumia daktari bingwa. Baada ya hapo nikarudi nyumbani. Mwezi wa 11 ndio nikaja tena, alinipigia simu, tulichukua hata namba. Basi nilipokuja ndio nikaendelea na matibabu mpaka sasa. Ndio natoa shukrani hata kwa Mungu. Nilikuwa sitegemei kama nitatafuta kusema kabisa. Nilikuwa mbaya kuzungumza na shida na wengine na shida takula. Sasa mimi namtetea kila mara tena wewe. Kama nikipata nyama hata kwenye ngapili nani kula sote.
Anyway. Again, thank you so much, Randy. So appreciate it. So this is them post tumors now, post surgery. So again, some additional projects we're working on over there. Thanks to Jared Galovich, who runs a IT company for dental companies. He was able to establish a computer lab and start, in addition to the vocational schooling there, they're now having English classes so that they can use that as a vocational opportunity within and provide themselves opportunity for work speaking English. So it's great. Jared was doing some work out at the school and noticed that the crops were really dry. They didn't have enough water to keep the crops through the dry season. And so through the foundation, we were able to raise money to establish a water tower that now supplies water for 22,000 people and provides water for the school so that they can raise crops that then get sold to pay for the kids' tuitions to attend the school. So we also had another dentist that was there, Albert Waravong, who came with Mark's group, who saw the need for additional pipes for the water tower to make sure it had brand new pipes and a pump. So he provided that for the school as well. We're working on a project for the girls' housing. Some of these young girls have to walk a long way to school every day, and they get sexually assaulted sometimes in their journey to and from school. So the church is putting together a housing unit for the girls there so that they can come, stay in a safe place, and then go home and be taken care of. So the foundation is helping provide some money for this. Jared Galovich and Mark Costas have sponsored some money for this project, so we're super excited to get that going. And then we've been working really hard on trying to provide help for a NICU over there. Their NICU is very underserved. They deliver over 300 babies a month. And this young man, we'll show you a young man here in a minute that Brother Andrea, so he's the midwife there. He's the patron of the hospital. He's the number 2 in charge, but he delivers all the babies. So this is a young Italian brother that dedicated himself to learn how to deliver babies and go to school for that. And then he spends time at the hospital. That's his job, is being the midwife, delivering all the babies. And in this video, he'll tell us like why it's so important that they continue to have support for NICU over there.
Why is so important for us to get a new equipped NICU? Because sometimes our experience is very painful. For example, I'm a midwife, a nurse midwife, and I get a triple, 3 babies, 3 twins at once. But 2 of them die after delivery because we didn't get ready to receive 3 at the time, 3 babies at once. We had just 1 oxygen concentrator and just 1 ventilator. So we had to choose which twin is the stronger to help him to survive and to leave the others to die. And this is very, very, very painful for us.
Yeah. So sometimes he has to make that decision, which baby lives, which baby dies, just because they lack the equipment to take care of the preemies. So they deliver about 300 babies a month, which about 25% of them are premature. So they have a lot of preemie babies there and just don't have the facility to take care of them. So Father Justin came last year. We raised some money to expand the NICU. So we were able to, the construction's done on the new NICU. They've expanded it from 1 small room to a wing of the hospital now. And then we're just trying to raise some more funds to furnish it with equipment and what's lacking now still. So we still need to raise about $80,000 to kind of help provide fully functioning NICU there for them. So some future goals, we're working on doing up to 9 trips a year. There's 9 months out of the year where there's an opportunity for us to go. Between us and the Marks group, the Italian Dental Society, we did 5 trips last year, so which was pretty cool. So we're getting close to that mark. And eventually we want to expand from the 2 local clinics to, a 3rd clinic and then continue from there. So how can you help? You can come on a trip, you can donate, whatever you'd like to do, get involved. If this is something that you would like to learn more about, just let us know. We'd love to have you guys join us in Africa. And so that's the foundation. So we'll turn some time back over to Jared. So.